Uh, Chapter name is lecture. Lecture name is light. We will explore it in details as much as I can explain. I will be sharing all information regarding this lecture. Here in this slide, which is in front of you, name is what? Light. Okay, and my name is written below the light word here. This is my name. This is a lecture name and standard, which standard you can see here. Standard is mentioned. I am moving forward. So this slide was about what is going, what will happen. Okay, what we will be discussed regarding this lecture. Uh, Next slide. Let's begin with the introduction of light. Let's begin with the introduction of light. How will you define a light? How will you define a light? Here, a definition is a given. It is a telling you light is a form of energy that enables us to see objects. It travels means light will travel in a straight line. Okay, it will behave like a ray when interacting with the surfaces. Let's understand all these sentences in our language. Uh, Look, I will try to not go out of context of this slide. Here, whatever we see, I am able to see this device, small device. I am able to see all things that are surrounding me. It is happening because of a light. Light is falling on the surface of all these objects that I am seeing, that I can see. So all this is happening because of light. Light is falling from source light on this surface of the object, and that is the reason we are able to see any object. Let's assume there is no light. There is absence of light. What will happen? You will not be able to see any object that are surrounding you. And it will happen because of there is no light, there is no source light, there is no light coming. Are you understanding? If there is a light, then light will fall on the surface. Then we will see what, yes, this is object. But there is no light, you will not see light. You will observe, yeah, all things is dark, all things is black. So it is happening. We are able to see all things black because of there is no light. Clear? Now next is it travels in a straight line. Yes, it is a truth. Of by doing experiment, you can see that light will travel in a straight line. Yes, it is true. It can turn into another direction when there is an opaque object in front of a source light. Then that light can turn into another direction. But you will observe what, when that light turned into another direction, then again you will realize that yes, light is traveling in a straight line. So it will happen. Okay. It is a truth. It is a universal truth that light will travel in a straight line anyhow. Anyhow, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether there are solid objects or gas objects or liquid objects. It doesn't matter. Light will always travel in a straight line. It behaves like a ray when interacting with the surface. Surface. Ray. Ray. Okay. Now here, uh, have a look here. Look at here. This is one figure, and this is a figure of a light. In this, you will get what filament. First surface, which is a glass layer. It is made of glass. I will break down it. Let's see this. Here we have two torches, and we have in front of one torch we have four cards, and in front of this torch we have again four cards. What's the difference between this? Here we can see each card has one hole in the above, and in the below each cards uh, one card one card does not have a hole. So what will happen? This light which is coming from torch will go in this hole, and then it will not pass this card because it does not have a hole. That's why. Now it is this figure is telling you this figure is telling you that light is traveling in a straight line. This figure is telling you light is traveling in a straight line, and as I told you that it is true, it will travel in a straight line. Okay, so here in this will go till here, and then here it will turn into another direction because of there is no hole there. It is not a transparent object. That's why it is a opaque object. That's why it will turn into another direction rather than going in a straight direction. Here, let me see. Here we will discuss what laws of refraction, but before it I would like to break down this bulb. Here first layer, which is made of a transparent object. This layer, name of this layer is what? Glass. Okay, it is a transparent object. We have three types of object which we need to understand if you don't know. uh, Three types of object. First is transparent, second is opaque, and third is translucent. Now transparent and opaque object we see a lot of time, but translucent objects sometimes we will observe translucent objects. Okay, now let's understand what is a transparent object, what is a uh, opaque object, and what is a translucent object. Hmm. Look, uh, when it comes to transparent object, okay, we have a object. Let's assume we have a object. Okay, object can be liquid, can be object can be uh, object can be any liquid, gas, or solid. Okay, it will not matter. uh, we have a object, just for example. uh, Now in front of that object there is a light, which is there is a source light. Now light is coming from that source light. It is a uh, it it is in front of object. Now what will happen? We are doing experiment. Theoretically we are doing experiment. There is a light which is in front of object, and object okay. Okay, now we will observe that light is passing, light is traveling through the object. It will cross the object. If this is happening, then you can say object is a transparent object says that I will allow to pass the light which is coming from source light. Okay, now if there is a transparent object, it means you can see area behind that object. If you are in front of a transparent object, then you can see area behind that object. It will happen because of a object is a transparent. For example, this glass, first layer of this bulb is transparent. My uh, glass window, you can take glass you can take glass which we use to drink water. Okay, there are a lot of examples, but right now those examples are not coming in my mind, from which I can tell you. uh, so did you understand? Transparent object will allow to you to see the area behind that object, and light will travel through that object. Clear? Light will travel through that object. Okay, this was about a transparent object. Now, what about opaque object? Opaque object. I would say anyhow, object will not allow when it comes to opaque object. When it will come to opaque object, then that object will not allow to pass the light which is coming from source light. Now, if this will happen, it means there will be shadow of that object. Shadow of that object. Now remember, I am explaining, I am defining a opaque object. Opaque object. I have this is opaque object. A light is coming and it is not allowing to pass the light through this, because of this is a this is opaque object. That's why it will not allow the light. Now in other word we can say it is blocking the light, isn't it? It is blocking the light. Light will come, then light will hit on this surface, and then this light will turn into another direction. It means this object is blocking the light. That's why light is able to turn into another direction after hitting on this surface. Okay, did you understand? And this is known as a reflection of light, but we will understand in the next slide of this. So what did you understand? Light will come, it will hit on this surface, but it will not cross this object. Rather than crossing this object, it will turn into another direction, which means that this object is blocking the light. Clear? This object is blocking the light. Now, shadow. Always remember, if light is being blocked by an object, it means their shadow will be formed by that object, because of light is not passing through that object. That's why shadow will be formed, and color of the shadow will be always what? Black. It is universal truth. Color of the shadow will be always what? Black. Naturally, I am saying naturally. Okay, color of the shadow will be black. Now size and shape, it will depend on no size will depend on what is the distance between a object and source light. What is the distance? So distance will matter for size of the shadow of the object. Clear? Now what about shape? Sometimes you will realize that we will not be able to say that yes, this shadow this shadow is of this original object. Sometimes that will happen. Sometimes we will see a shadow. This is shadow is of this animal, but reality you will realize that yeah, this is a living object. Shadow of this is a living object. It will happen. So you will not be sure that yes, shadow. This shadow is the original of this object. No. Okay. Sometimes. Okay. Now we understood what three types of. We understood three types of object. First is a transparent. Second is opaque object. So one is the left, which is a translucent. So translucent objects are those objects which will allow some light to pass through that object, but some lights will be blocked by that object, by the same object. Okay, so that type of object will be considered as translucent object. Now let's come to the topic. Here we have this. So this glass layer is a transparent. That's why light which is coming in from the filament, it is a passing this glass. That's why it is able to come out from this glass layer, because of glass layer is transparent. That's why inside this bulb you will realize there is a filament which is a thin wire, very thin wire, and from thin wire light comes, isn't it? From thin wire, and thin wire is naked, not covered by a plastic material. It is thin, naked, and that is where light comes. Okay, so here and here there will be what two stand lights, two stand lights. It will support the filament, so that it cannot fall down. Clear? That's all. It is a supporter of this filament. Filament is where bulb will do. Now we are coming to the main point. If filament will be broken, filament is curved wire. If you realize that filament is broken, it means light will not glow. Light will not glow. Light is glowing, bulb is glowing. It means filament is well connected. There is no problem inside this bulb. Light will this bulb will glow. That's it in this slide. Now we are able to move towards this slide. In this slide we will understand laws of reflection. Now we came to the main point. I'm telling you. From here you will get proof. How do we see any object? With proof you will understand in this slide. We saw in second slide that yes, a light, there is a light, then okay, we see a lot of objects. It is also true. But if you want a proof, then this slide is for you. If you want proof, this slide is for you. If you are doing experiment for knowing that yes, how can we see any object? So if you want to do experiment, then this will be useful for your experiment. So let's understand this. Here we are going to understand laws of reflection. Laws, rules, laws. When it will come to laws, it means we cannot change laws. It was made by big person. We cannot change. If we can change, then there should be logic logic points, then we can change. Okay, after doing a lot of objects, laws of reflection. If there is a reflection of anything, then what are laws? Now we are understanding laws of reflection. It means it will happen, it will happen. This is meaning of a laws of reflection. First law says the angle of incidence will be equal to the angle of reflection. It will be always a truth. It will be always a truth. Now let's understand in our language. It is telling you the angle of incidence. So here let's assume this is object. Let's assume this is object and this object is opaque object. If you want to see reflection of light, reflection of the object, then you should have opaque object. I have explained what is opaque object. Let's assume just for few minutes that this object is opaque object. This object is opaque object. Clear? Okay. Now here you have a source light. Here you have a source light. Now light is coming from this source light. Light is coming from this source light, and a light which is coming from source light, that real light will be called as incident light or incidence ray. Incident ray. Now incidence, when to say that this ray is incident? If that ray is coming from source light till the surface of the object, so this ray will be known as incidence ray. So main point is what this ray will come from the source light. This ray will be coming from the source light. Okay, so this ray is coming from this source light, let's assume. Okay, so this ray we will consider it as an incidence ray. We will consider it as a incidence ray. Clear? Okay, what else? No, as we are assuming that this is a opaque object. Now light is coming, it is falling. Some lights are falling on this object. Of course, if we have opaque object, it means this light will, after hitting on this surface, of course it will turn into another direction. It will turn into another direction, as you can see. Now this ray will be known as something else rather than saying incidence ray, because from the ray which is coming from the surface, after hitting the surface, it is coming from the surface. It is not emitting from the surface. I am telling you, it is coming from the surface after hitting on the surface. So from this and till the end, this ray will be considered as a refracted ray, because we are considering this reflected ray because of it is not coming directly. It is not coming from the incidence from the source light directly. It is coming after hitting the surface directly. Okay, now we have a normal line. We take it so that we can calculate angle. Okay, just for calculation we take this normal line. Now here the angle of incidence we will take from the incidence till the normal. This angle will be known as incidence angle. This angle will be known as incidence angle. Clear? Here don't take this from this surface of the object till the incidence ray. No, it will be incorrect. It will be incorrect. Clear? From here to till here, it will be incorrect. If a question is saying, find what is the angle from the surface of the object till the incidence, right? Then you will have to find this angle. So this angle will not be known as the angle of incidence. Angle of incidence will be known as this. From the incidence ray till the normal line. From the normal line till the refracted ray, this will be known as angle of reflection. From the surface till the refracted ray, this will be known as something else. This will be known as something else. Clear? And now, first law is saying, if this angle is making a 60 degree, then same here this angle will make a 60 degree. This is what this first law of reflection is saying. It will be always like this. If this angle is making 45, then this will make 45. Same. Clear? This is the first law of reflection. We cannot change it. Can you say if this is making 45, so it is the same? So of course we can say this angle of this will be equal to angle of this. By doing experiment, you can observe if this is happening, then you can say yes, this angle of this is equal to angle of this. By doing experiment, you can say. Clear? Okay. Now we have refracted. About it we will understand in separate lecture. About a refracted ray, it is the same in a liquid material. In a liquid material. Clear? Now second, the incidence ray, reflected ray, incidence ray. This is incidence ray. Reflected ray, this is a reflected ray, and the normal line, this is a normal line, as we understood, will lie in the same plane. This, whether it is a rough surface or a smooth surface, all these three will lie on the same plane, on the same surface of the object. Reflection follows this laws on all surface, on a smooth or on rough. Okay. Clear? If you have a rough surface, then all this will lie on the rough surface. So it is clear. Now next, we have types of reflection. We have types of reflection. Two types of reflection: regular reflection, diffuse reflection. Always remember, regular reflection will happen on a smooth surface, and diffuse reflection will happen on a rough surface. On rough surface. Clear? What did you understand? I explained that a regular reflection, it means parallel rays after parallel incidence ray will hit on a smooth surface, then it will turn into another direction. So angles of parallel incidence ray will be equal to angle of reflected ray. This will happen when surface is smooth. When surface is smooth. Clear? So what is the regular reflection? Regular reflection is a reflection which will happen on a smooth surface. Occur, here you can say it is mentioned, occurs on a smooth surface like mirrors, produce clear image. If there is a regular reflection, then you will get clear image. If there is a diffuse reflection, you will not get clear image. So diffuse reflection As I told you, diffuse reflection happens on a rough surface. As you can see in this figure, these parallel incidence rays are coming and hitting on this surface. It is turning into another direction. We can take a normal line so that we can calculate the angle of incidence and reflection. Same here you can see parallel lines. These parallel lines are not okay. You can see what's the difference between them. Now next we have a plane mirror and its characteristics. Its characteristics. Uh, if you have a plane mirror, then you will get an image, and image will be virtual. Virtual, which means uh, image will be inside the mirror. Image will be inside the mirror. This is the meaning of a virtual. And direct, as it you will get. You will get image as it, straight. Okay. There will be no change in image as the original object, except one thing. If there are letters in original object, then there will be something change with letters, with words. Except words, there will be not a change. You will get a exact image as original object. Same size as the object. Yes, same size. There will not be any changes in size of the object and in size of the image. Laterally inverted, your words will appear laterally inverted, up down. Appears at the same distance behind. Yes, distance will also be equal. Image of the distance will be equal to image of the object, original object. Clear? Original object. It will happen. It is happening because of you have a plane mirror. If you have a concave mirror, convex mirror, then something you will not get something from this. From this, something will be something else. But if you have a plane mirror, then all this will happen. That's a characteristic. Okay. Now, next, multiple reflection. We saw one reflection. What is a multiple reflection? A light will hit on the surface, then that light will turn into another. Of course, that reflected will hit on the another surface of the object. Then again, that object, that light will turn into another direction. So this will keep happening. If there is a if there are opaque objects, then this will keep happening. Clear? And this is known as a multiple reflection. A light which is coming from source light will hit on this opaque object, then again it will turn into another direction. Then there is opaque object, another opaque object. Then of course it will some light will hit on the another opaque object. Then again it will keep happening. So this view we call it as a multiple reflection. By doing like that multiple reflection, we can see what complicated figure. If we are somewhere and object is somewhere, then we can use multiple reflection. multiple reflection device. As you can see here, this is a tray is here and person is here. Tray is here and person is here, and this is wall. Of course this person directly cannot see this or this a tray, because of a tray is here and a person is here. This person used this device. In this device there are two mirrors. There are two mirrors and light is coming, which is sunlight. Light will go in direct in straight direction. It will hit on this mirror, then it will go in this direction, then again it will turn into another direction. Now this reflected will hit on this tree, and that is how it will be, this person will be able to see this tree by using this device. In this device there are two mirrors, that's why now this tree will be formed on this mirror as well as on this mirror. Clear? On this mirror. Now here your eyes is here and object is here, and if you wanted to see from here in this direction, so your eyes will see what this object here in this mirror, because of light went in this direction, then it turned into another direction, then again it turned into another direction. So this reflected ray will hit on this surface, then it will see. This is process how can we see a object which is not in front of you, Clear? It is also useful, we cannot ignore it. Yes, we will use, a lot of people use it when there is a requirement. Now dispersion of light. What is the meaning of a dispersion? Simple meaning of a dispersion is if a context is a light, okay, dispersion of light. White light will be split by using prism. So white light will split 7 colors. White light will split 7 colors. This is meaning of a dispersion. Means a splitting of 7 colors from one color, which is white. So here you can see a splitting of a white light into 7 colors. Splitting of white light into 7 colors. VIB, and name of all those colors are here: VIB, GYOR, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. Here all these colors are here except white. Okay. All these colors come from white light, and it is said, what is the original color of this sunlight? What is the original color of this sunlight? So it is said that original color of the exact color of the sunlight, sun is white light. Now it happens when light passes through a prism. Yes, when light will pass through this prism, then you will be able to see 7 light. Okay. So it was discovered by Isaac Newton. Isaac Newton also discovered what laws of motion. So Isaac Newton also discovered what this splitting of a white light into 7 colors. Clear? So what did you understand from this slide? Can you tell me? from this slide you understand, yes, if we have a white light, then we can split a white light into seven colors. If you want to see seven colors except white light. A sun has originally what? White light. Yes, it is true that we are able to see color of different color of sun except white. There is a process, but I am not right now. I am not going into too much details about it. Okay. Now, if we have a white light, then directly we cannot see a splitting of a white light. We will have to use what? We will have to use a device which can split a white light into seven colors. So here we have a prism, which is a transparent object. This is a transparent object. If you take opaque object, then that opaque object will not split white light into seven colors. Clear? White light into seven. So you will have to take a transparent object. It should be similar to prism. It should be similar to prism. Any transparent object you can take, but that transparent object should split white light into seven colors. That's it I want. And now one thing more you understood, that this dispersion of light was discovered by Isaac Newton. Now let's see human eye, structure of a human eye. First layer of the human is what? I am forgetting. Light will enter eye, passes through cornea and lens. Cornea. Cornea is the first layer, you can say, which is a transparent. This cornea will allow to pass the light as well as lens. And in human eye, naturally there is a found what? Concave, right? Convex, naturally. So this both will allow to pass the light. When this cornea and lens will allow to light to pass, then it will go to the retina so that it can form image. After forming image, the retina, work of retina is to form image. Then it will turn image into it will turn light into electrical signal, because light is also coming through the cornea and lens. It will stop where? On the retina. Retina will form image. Retina will form image. It will also convert the light into electrical signal so that it can give a signal to our mind. Now when it will provide electrical signal after converting the light into electrical signal, then our mind would say, yes, this is object, color of this is red, color of this device is what? This is a color. So all this will come from our mind and forms image on a retina. The eye lenses is convex in shape. Yes, it is naturally available in human eye. Retina will convert light into electrical signals for the brain. Our brain will be able to say, yes, name of this object, this is, I am able to see this object. Clear? This is figure of human eye. This first layer is what? Cornea, pupil, iris. Iris is a colorful colorful thing in our human eye. It can be black, it can be brown, it can be little green. Between this, you will see what convex lens, and retina is here. Retina is here, and here, after converting this retina will convert the light into electric signal. Then it will provide electric signals like this to the our mind, to the our mind. I am not explaining all this in this slide. Something I explained, and it will be enough for now. Now I am moving forward. It is in in one side it is a warning for you, in another side it is useful for you if you care your eyes. Then read in proper light. Whatever you are reading, use a proper light. Voltage of light should not be more or less, should be proper, should be proper, whatever you are reading. Okay, don't read any in in without light. If there is a dark, then don't read in that dark situation. Avoid looking directly at a bright light source, whether it is a sun or it is a source light, artificial light. There is a torch, and light is coming from the torch. Now you are looking what directly in the torch. What will happen? Your eyes will damage, and that is what this is right is telling you. Never look at directly on the source light. Clear? Now next is eat a balanced diet. Yes, take a balanced diet so that you can be fit, so that you can be healthy. It will be it will be useful for you if you eat uh, diet food. Then of course it is not only for useful eyes, also for health. Okay, this was about care for eyes. Next we have question and answer. State the two laws of reflection. What would you like to say about this first question? Two laws. First, angle of incidence should be equal to angle of reflection. Now next is, what kind of image does a plane mirror form? What kind? It will provide a virtual image, which means image will be inside the mirror. It will provide erect image, which means there will be nothing change in image except words. Words will be laterally inward. Words will appear in strange manner. Now what else? Distance between a object and mirror will be equal to distance between image and mirror. This type of image will be formed by plane mirror. Okay, now next is, what is the dispersion of light? Dispersion of light is what just a splitting of white light. Dispersion of light is a splitting of white light into seven light, is a dispersion of light. What is the function of retina? Yes, it is very interesting to answer this question. Function. Now there are two types which we can explain right now. First is, it will it will form image. It will form image on a retina. Image will be formed on a retina. Now work of retina is to convert light. Work of retina is to convert light into electrical signals. When retina will convert light into electrical signals. Now this retina will provide electrical signals to our mind, so that our mind can say that yes, color of this object is this is object. Okay, your mind will also say yes, what is the intensity of light which is coming from source light. Okay, brightness low or high? Who will tell you? There is a thing which is in human eye. That part will provide to your mind that intensity of light is this much, color of this object this. So all this happens because of human eye. Now what else? Okay, it is done, the end. So finally we have explained with logically we have discussed it. We nothing ignored. Whatever was important in this lecture we understood, isn't it? If you are thinking that yes, it was useful, then I can say proudly that yes, I did something valuable for you. I I don't want that whatever I am doing, so it should not be valuable for me as well for other person. I am explaining this with you. Now what if I am explaining and it is not making sense? So of course this is not valuable for you as well as for me. Time is passed. So valuable will matter for you, for me. Now I am feeling that it would be what valuable. Whatever we discussed with the experiment. I know, not physically experiment but theoretically experiment. From my side, 50%, there is a 50% chance that I can say this would be what? This would have been valuable. Okay, so now in the end I would not say a lot of things more. That's it. We had to understand in this lecture. That's it.